Hello, I'm Finola from Research as a Service, and welcome to our 2022 Outlook series. Today we're focusing on metal additive manufacturing company Amaero International, ASX ticker 3DA, and joining us is Chief Executive Barrie Finnin and Executive Director Stuart Douglas. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thanks, Finola.
Welcome to you. Now, you've just given an update to the market for your second quarter, and you noted that you'd achieved positive test results for the spinner tools that you've been creating for Fletcher insulation. What are the next steps we can expect from this project?
Well, the first thing is that we need to send specimens for testing to North America, and those will be tested in the next few weeks. And then there'll actually be a rolling series of tests, which will be part of a qualification process. And there'll be some additional development work to complete a turnkey package, including the Amaero SP400, which is currently being commissioned in Melbourne, which is one of our new machine offerings. And in the meantime, we're waiting on sign-off of the heads of agreement for the supply of repaired spinner tools for Fletchers.
And could you give us an update on the Middle East project?
Sure. I'm actually travelling to the Middle East in the next few weeks. We have a number of meetings set up with the country's defence organisations and also our defence prime customer. We've been working on a substantial additive manufacturing production facility, and that facility is going to be probably one of the largest of its type in the world. We're working at the moment with them on selection of which components will be manufactured in that facility, as well as working with the defence prime on what the structure of the deal is going to be.
Yeah, and Barrie and John, while they're there, John is one of our executives from America. He was brought up in this country, and so speaks the language, and he'll be our project manager on the ground there, running the facility. We'll be running this facility for about 5 years after it's commissioned. So the commissioning will take about 30 months all up, and we'll have progress payments across the way. So we mentioned before, it's about $100 million contract. We get payment up front, but over the full 30 months, that $100 million will be spent. And then we'll be there for another 5 years running and managing the facility. And John will be there managing that. So part of this trip over there is also to select a site where we're actually going to be building the facility. So we're excited. We're getting to the pointy end of the discussions and the contract.
That's great. And you've also progressed the titanium powder facility, having just recently signed a 10-year lease in the Monash precinct, and you've got works commencing there. What's the timeline for first production on that facility?
Right. Well, the next major milestone is the final factory test, which is due in June. Then the equipment will be packaged and shipped, arriving in Australia in August. From there, it'll be installed in the new facility that's currently under construction in Normanby Road, Notting Hill, and made operational by the end of September. Possibly late September or early October, we'll begin production of powder that will be made available for sale. And by the beginning of the first quarter 2023, we expect to be operating at full capacity.
Sorry, just as a reminder, that one module will be producing around about $40 million worth of revenue. We haven't released what the profit is, but just to say that our capital cost on that equipment's around about $8 million, and we'll be paying that back in under 6 months. So that gives you an idea of how profitable this exercise is. As soon as we've got that fully operational and we've established the off-takes for that, we will be multiplying that out. The board's aim is to expand that to 5 times that size, so 4 more modules within the subsequent 2 years. So pretty exciting times. You can work out the math on that, on what that will produce as far as revenues, but that completely changes us as a company on the ASX.
That sounds like it's going to be a very exciting period. Now, there's also been a significant increase globally in defence spending, and you count some major defence company operators such as Boeing and Raytheon as clients. What are your expectations for defence contract opportunities in 2022?
So from a component supply perspective, there's several in the pipeline for Amaero that we've been advised we're the selected subcontractor for. And there are some others still going through the quotation cycle. Some are still in the R&D phase and some are getting very close to production. We've got components on one of the Land 400 platforms that's expected to commence low-rate initial production in the next few months. We also have some air warfare destroyer components in the pipeline, but that's waiting on a defence purchase decision. And there's also some small arms work for Land 159. In the subsequent 12 months, there's some jet fighter sustainment components that we're really excited about, and they're expected to transition from an R&D to flight evaluation and then production in that time frame. And we're also supporting the AQS-24B mine hunting system through Northrop Grumman. From a material or alloy powder perspective, we've received letters of support from the top 3 defence primes, indicating their interest in the acquisition of titanium alloy powder from an Australian source. Now, there is a qualification process that we need to go through, but this is a strong future market opportunity for Amaero where we're going to have a geopolitical advantage.
I can't add to that. That was good.
Thanks, Stu.
So is there anything new on the horizon for Amaero in terms of new technologies or markets that you can talk about?
Sure. We've been working on a number of different technology opportunities and assessing them for fit with the business and how they would match our future strategy. And there's been a series of potential ventures, and there are some in particular that are very symbiotic with Amaero's strategy. Some that will enable us to broaden our capability with regard to the production of metals and alloys, and in particular powders that are suited to the markets that we're servicing and also some other markets. So additive manufacturing plus the market for metal injection moulding and the binder jet part of the additive manufacturing market, which are going to be major growth opportunities. In addition to that, we continue investing in research and development in addition to our well-known partnerships with Monash University Centre for Additive Manufacturing and University of Adelaide. We continue to do work with CSIRO and also Swinburne University and other universities as well.
Well, Stuart and Barrie, thank you so much for your time today. I'm looking forward to checking back with you in a couple of months to see how Amaero is progressing with its plans and with its business model. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks, Finola.